What if I told you the reason you're not winning yet has nothing to do with your talent and everything to do with where your focus is? Most people wake up chasing results, money, recognition, success. But the few who actually win, they become obsessed with something else entirely. They fall in love with the work. Focus on effort, not outcome, because the truth most people struggle to accept is that outcomes are not fully in your control, but your effort always is. And when a person begins to understand this deeply, something shifts inside them. The pressure starts to fade, the anxiety begins to loosen its grip. Because now, success is no longer something distant or uncertain. It becomes something you live every single day through your actions. Your daily actions are the real measure of your life, not the applause, not the recognition, not the numbers people see on the surface. It's what you do when no one is watching, when there is no reward promise, when the only thing pushing you forward is your own discipline and your connection with purpose. That is where real growth lives. We often become emotionally attached to results because we want proof that we are moving forward, proof that we are not wasting our time, proof that our efforts matter. But what if the real proof is not in the result? What if the real proof is in your consistency, in your patience, in your refusal to quit, even when nothing is visible yet? There is a powerful reminder in faith that nothing done with sincerity and effort is ever wasted. Every step you take with honest intention, every moment you push through difficulty, every time you choose discipline over comfort, it is seen, it is recorded, it carries weight beyond what your eyes can measure right now. Sometimes the delay in results is not denial, it is preparation. It is shaping your character, strengthening your patience, deepening your trust. Because if success came instantly, you would not become the person capable of sustaining it. Think about the days when you feel tired, when your heart feels heavy, when your mind whispers that it's not working. Those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments where effort becomes more than action, it becomes belief. It becomes a silent declaration that you will continue. Even without immediate reward, your daily actions are like seeds planted in unseen soil. You may not witness their growth today, you may not feel the progress tomorrow, but beneath the surface, something is changing. Something is building, and every single effort adds to it, even the ones you think didn't matter. There is something deeply emotional about realizing that your journey is not judged only by outcomes, but by intention and persistence. That even your struggles, your setbacks, your unseen efforts, they hold value. They shape you into someone stronger, more resilient, more aligned with your purpose. So instead of waking up asking, "What did I achieve today?" ask yourself, "Did I give my best effort today?" Because when you can answer that with honesty, there is a quiet peace that enters your heart. A peace that does not depend on results. A peace that comes from knowing you are doing your part. And when a person reaches that level where effort becomes their focus, where discipline becomes their identity, where faith replaces fear of outcomes, they no longer feel lost in the waiting. They no longer feel defeated by slow progress. They no longer measure their worth by temporary results. They begin to walk with certainty, even in uncertainty, because they know that every sincere effort carries meaning, every step forward is counted, and nothing given with consistency and belief is ever truly lost. Consistency beats intensity, because life does not change in one dramatic moment. It changes in the quiet repetition of small actions that most people overlook. We live in a world that celebrates big moves, sudden success, and overnight transformations. But what people don't see, what they don't applaud, is the daily discipline behind it all. The small steps taken again and again, long before any result appears. Intensity is exciting. It feels powerful. It gives you a rush of motivation. But it doesn't last. It burns fast and fades quickly. And that's why so many people start strong, but never finish. Consistency, on the other hand, is not exciting. It's not glamorous. It's showing up when you don't feel like it. It's doing the work when your energy is low. It's staying committed even when progress feels invisible. And that's where true strength is built. There is something deeply spiritual about consistency. To show up every day with sincerity, even when there is no immediate reward, is an act of faith. It is trusting that your effort matters, even when you cannot yet see the outcome. It is believing that what you are building today will reveal itself in time. Small actions may seem insignificant in the moment. One extra hour of focus, one disciplined choice, one step forward when it would be easier to stop. But when repeated daily, they begin to compound. Slowly, silently, powerfully. Just like a drop of water falling again and again can shape stone, your repeated actions shape your life. There will be days when you feel tired. Days when your heart is not in it. Days when your mind tells you it's not making a difference. And those are the days that matter the most. Because consistency is not proven when it's easy, it is proven when it's difficult. Every time you choose to continue, you are building something deeper than results. You are building discipline. You are building resilience. You are becoming someone who does not depend on mood, motivation, or external validation. And there is a quiet reward in that. A sense of inner strength. A feeling that no matter how slow the progress is, you are moving forward with purpose. In faith, there is a powerful understanding that even the smallest consistent effort carries weight. That repeated sincere actions are never ignored. That what is done regularly with patience and intention becomes something far greater than what is done occasionally with intensity. So do not underestimate your daily actions. Do not dismiss the small steps. Because the life you want is not built in one moment of greatness. It is built in the discipline of showing up again and again, long after the excitement fades and only commitment remains. Detach from immediate rewards, because the moment you tie your effort to instant results, you begin to weaken your own discipline. You start working only when there is something visible to gain, and the moment that reward disappears, so does your motivation. But real growth does not announce itself. It does not show up with applause, recognition, or instant proof. It happens quietly, beneath the surface, in ways that your eyes cannot immediately see, and your me may struggle to trust. There is a hidden phase in every journey, a phase where you are putting in the work, but nothing seems to change. No visible progress, no external validation, just effort, repeated again and again. And this is where most people lose patience. This is where they begin to doubt themselves. This is where they walk away, because they were attached to the reward, not committed to the process. But those who understand something deeper, they stay. They understand that growth is happening even when it feels like nothing is happening. That every moment of discipline is shaping their character. That every act of patience is strengthening their mindset. That every unseen effort is building a foundation that will eventually support visible success. There is something emotional about this stage because it tests your belief. It forces you to confront your doubts. It asks you to continue without proof, to trust without seeing, to keep going when your heart feels uncertain. And this is where faith becomes your anchor. To detach from immediate rewards is to believe that your effort is not wasted, even when the outcome is delayed. It is to trust that what you are building has value beyond what is visible right now. It is to understand that sometimes the delay is not punishment, it is preparation. Because if success came instantly, it would not shape you. It would not teach you patience. It would not develop your strength. It would not prepare your heart to handle what is coming. The unseen work is where you are being molded, where your discipline is being tested, where your intentions are being purified. And there is a quiet peace in letting go of the need for immediate results. A freedom that comes when you no longer depend on quick rewards to validate your effort. You begin to work with sincerity, not for applause, but because it is who you are becoming. Every day you continue without visible success. You are proving something to yourself. You are proving that your commitment is real, that your discipline is not temporary, that your belief is not fragile. And slowly, without you even realizing it, you begin to change. Your mindset becomes stronger. Your patience becomes deeper. Your focus becomes sharper. That is real growth. It happens long before the world sees your success. It happens long before results appear. It happens in the moments where you choose to continue, even when there is nothing immediate to gain, because those who learn to detach from immediate rewards are the ones who build something lasting. They are not controlled by quick wins or discouraged by delays. They move with purpose, with patience, with quiet confidence, knowing that what is unseen today is preparing them for what will be undeniable tomorrow. Fall in love with repetition, because the path to mastery is not found in variety, excitement, or constant change. It is found in doing the same things again and again with focus, patience, and intention. Most people run from repetition. They call it boring. They crave something new, something fast, something that feels like progress. But what they don't understand is that repetition is progress. It is the hidden engine behind every skill, every achievement, every level of excellence. The difference between average and mastery is not talent. It is how long you are willing to stay committed to the same process without losing focus. There is something deeply emotional about showing up to the same work every day, facing the same challenges, practicing the same skills, improving in small, almost invisible ways. It tests your patience. It challenges your mindset. It forces you to confront your own resistance. Because repetition does not entertain you, it transforms you. At first it feels slow. It feels like nothing is changing. You question if it's even worth it. But beneath the surface, something powerful is happening. Your mind is adapting. Your habits are forming. Your skills are sharpening. Every repetition is carving something deeper within you. And there is a spiritual depth in this process. To repeat an action with sincerity, day after day, without seeking constant excitement, is an act of discipline and devotion. It is choosing growth over comfort. It is choosing long-term transformation over short-term satisfaction. In faith, even small actions done consistently carry immense value. The repetition itself becomes meaningful. It becomes a reflection of your commitment, your patience, your willingness to stay the path even when it feels monotonous. There will be days when repetition feels heavy, days when your mind tells you to skip, to stop, to look for something easier, and those are the moments that matter the most. Because mastery is not built when you feel inspired. It is built when you continue despite the lack of inspiration. Every time you repeat the work, you are sending a message to yourself that you are serious, that you are committed, that you are not dependent on moods or motivation. And slowly, without any dramatic moment, you begin to notice a shift. What once felt difficult becomes natural. What once required effort becomes instinct. What once seemed far away becomes part of who you are. That is mastery. It is not a single breakthrough. It is the result of countless repetitions stacked over time, quietly, patiently, consistently. So instead of resisting repetition, embrace it. See it not as something to escape, but as something to honor. Because within repetition lies your growth, your strength, your discipline, and your transformation, The ones who truly succeed are not the ones who chase excitement. They are the O-ness, who commit to the same process long enough for it to change, then completely control what you can control, because the moment you start trying to control everything, you lose control of yourself. Life is unpredictable. Outcomes change. People change. Situations shift without warning. And if your peace depends on things outside your control, then your peace will always be fragile. It will rise and fall with circumstances, leaving you restless, anxious, and uncertain. But there is a powerful shift that happens when you bring your focus back to what is truly yours, your effort, your discipline, and your attitude. These are things no one can take from you. No situation can remove them. No delay can weaken them unless you allow it. Your effort is your daily commitment. It is the decision to show up, to give your best, even when conditions are not perfect. It is choosing action over excuses, progress over comfort. And there is something deeply empowering in knowing that no matter what is happening around you, you still have control over how much effort you give. Your discipline is your structure. It is what keeps you moving when motivation fades. Because motivation is temporary, it comes and goes, but discipline is built. It is trained, it becomes part of your identity. And once it becomes part of who you are, you no longer depend on feelings to take action, and then there is your attitude, the way you choose to see things. Two people can face the same situation yet experience it completely differently. One sees obstacles, the other sees opportunity. One feels defeated, the other feels challenged. The difference is not in the situation, it is in the attitude they bring to it. There is a deep emotional strength in realizing that while you cannot control every outcome, you can always control your response. And that response shapes your experience, your growth, and ultimately, your future. There is also a spiritual depth in this understanding. To focus on what is within your control is to accept that not everything is meant to be controlled by you. It is to trust that there is wisdom in what unfolds even when you do not fully understand it. It is to do your part with sincerity and then let go of what is beyond your reach with patience and faith. Because when you try to control everything, you carry a burden that was never meant for you. But when you focus on your effort, your discipline, and your attitude, you carry yourself with strength, clarity, and calmness. There will be moments when things do not go your way, when results are delayed, when people disappoint you, when plans fall apart, and in those moments, you have a choice to lose yourself in frustration or to return to what you can control, to show up again, to stay disciplined, to adjust your mindset. And that choice, repeated over time, builds a kind of inner stability that nothing external can shake. Because at the end of the day, your life is not defined by everything that happens to you. It is defined by how you respond to it, by how consistently you show up, and by how strongly you hold on to what is already in your hands. Patience multiplies progress. Because the greatest transformations in life do not happen quickly. They happen quietly, over time, through consistent effort that most people are not willing to sustain. We live in a world that wants everything now. Fast results, instant success, immediate proof. And when it doesn't come, people begin to doubt, to rush, to abandon the very process that was meant to lead them forward. But progress does not respond to impatience. It responds to commitment. Results take time, not because you are failing, but because you are building something real, something strong, something that will last. And anything that lasts must go through a period of slow, steady growth. There is a hidden beauty in patience that many fail to see. It protects you from rushing into something you are not ready for. It shapes your character while you are working toward your goal. It teaches you to trust the process even when the outcome is not yet visible. At times, it will feel like nothing is happening. You will question your effort. You will wonder if it's worth it. You will look around and see others moving faster, achieving sooner, and your heart may feel heavy. But what you don't see is that your progress is compounding beneath the surface. Every small step you take is adding up. Every lesson you learn is strengthening you. Every moment you choose to continue is building momentum. And one day, what felt slow will suddenly feel powerful. Because progress is not always linear. It gathers quietly, then reveals itself all at once. There is something deeply emotional about staying committed when there is no immediate reward. It requires belief. It requires strength. It requires a kind of inner calm that refuses to be shaken by delays. And this is where faith becomes your foundation. To be patient is not to sit and wait without action. It is to continue working with trust. It is to believe that your effort is not wasted, even when the results are not yet visible. It is to understand that what is meant for you will arrive at the right time, not before, not after. Sometimes the delay is not a setback. It is a form of protection, a preparation, a process that is aligning things in ways you cannot yet understand. When you stay committed through that process, something begins to change within you. Your mindset becomes stronger. Your expectations become calmer. Your focus becomes deeper. You stop chasing quick results and start building lasting progress. And that is when patience begins to multiply everything. Because now, your efforts are not scattered. They are consistent. They are aligned. They are sustained over time. And that is what creates real momentum. Every day you continue, you are adding to something greater than what you can currently see. Every disciplined action is compounding. Every moment of patience is strengthening the foundation of your success. So do not rush the process. Do not let impatience break your consistency. Do not measure your journey by how fast results appear, because the people who achieve the greatest things are not the ones who move the fastest. They are the ones who stay the longest, who trust the process the deepest, and who continue with patience long enough for their efforts to multiply into something undeniable: identity over achievement. Because what you become will always matter more than what you get. Achievements can be gained and lost. They can rise and fall with time, circumstances, and opportunities. But your identity, the person you build within yourself, that is what stays. That is what carries you forward long after any single success fades. Most people spend their lives chasing outcomes, titles, money, recognition, validation. They ask, what can I achieve? Without ever asking, who do I need to become? And this is where they struggle. Because without the right identity, even success feels unstable. But when you shift your focus, when you begin to build yourself instead of just chasing results, everything changes. Because success is not something you chase forever. It is something you attract by becoming the kind of person who naturally produces it. There is something deeply powerful about this realization. It removes desperation. It removes comparison. It removes the constant pressure of trying to prove yourself. Instead, you begin to focus on growth, on discipline, on character. You start asking better questions. Not, how do I win quickly? But how do I become consistent? Not, how do I build value? And slowly, your priorities begin to shift. You begin to care more about your habits than your highlights, more about your discipline than your results, more about your character than your image. Because identity is built in the small things. In the choices you make daily, in the way you respond to challenges, in how you show up when no one is watching. There is also a deep spiritual truth in this, that what is meant for you aligns with who you are becoming. When your intentions are sincere, when your effort is consistent, when your character is strong, the right opportunities begin to find you. Not because you chase them desperately, but because you prepared yourself to receive them. Sometimes the delay in success is not because you are not doing enough. It is because you are still becoming, still being shaped. still being prepared for what is ahead. And that process is not always easy. It requires patience. It requires humility. It requires the willingness to grow without immediate recognition. But there is something incredibly grounding about focusing on identity. It gives you stability. It gives you direction. It gives you purpose beyond temporary achievements. Because even if results are slow, even if recognition is delayed, you know that you are improving. You know that you are becoming stronger, wiser, more disciplined, and that alone gives you confidence. When you focus on identity, you are no longer dependent on external validation. You are not shaken by failure, nor are you defined by success. You continue steady and focused because your goal is not just to achieve, it is to evolve. And when a person truly commits to becoming, success is no longer something uncertain. It becomes a natural outcome, a reflection of who they are. Because in the end, achievements may open doors, but identity is what allows you to walk through them, stay there, and keep growing into something even greater. At the end of the day, results will come and go, but the habits you build, the discipline you develop, and the person you become, that stays with you forever. So don't chase success. Become the kind of person success is forced to chase.